my doctor said that you may be able to help me. So I said, okay, fine, let's get together for a consultation. So we got together for the consultation. And part of my consultation, I do physical, visual evaluation. In a guy, I would normally ask them to take their shirt off so that I could actually take pictures of what their body looks like. In a female, I would ask, of course, to wear something, bike shorts with a tank top or something like that. So, but the low back is key to actually looking at and helping to solve the problem with pain. So, one of the curious things about what happened with him is that he had had a liver transplant, and so he had this big wide scar on his abdomen that nobody was paying attention to, because when he went to physical therapy, he never took his clothes off. He told them, probably more than likely, he told them that he had a liver transplant, but nobody ever thought that maybe the scar tissue from the surgery was what was contributing to his pain. So I was the first person who literally looked at his body with respect to looking at the medical, what has happened medically for him. I'll tell you this, our first session, he told me two things that were significant. One, when he laid down on his back, he had a lot of difficulty in getting back up. Well, after my session, he was able to get back up without much pain. And the second thing he said that was significant was that he had 75% pain relief in one session. So I was really excited. One of the things that I noticed, two things I noticed. One of them was that the scars, when you have surgery and they put the staples to help the scar heal or the skin to stay together, he had his surgery several years before, and they had taken out the staples, but the imprint of the staples were already or still there in his body. And I could tell you that is significant because the body had conformed to these little crinkly things on the skin. So, of course, it couldn't stretch like normal skin could. It couldn't, if he tried to move in a certain way, it of course would restrict his movement. So that was key. In fact, today, if you look at him, you just see the line of the scar, but you don't see those crimpy things anymore. And literally, his scar tissue is very soft because I taught him how to work on it to help him. The second thing that was significant was the side effects of his drugs. He had to take anti-rejection drugs, and one of the side effects was muscle tremors. So I had to let him know that even though we will get rid of his pain, the side effects of the medication may cause muscle tremors, which would in turn produce pain. And there was nothing really much that I could do about that. Technically, that client has been my client now for about 14 years. And he basically emails me when he wants a session, and then he comes in. He trusts me with what I have done and what results he's seen. So he will go to me only, as far as I know. He does not get any sessions anywhere else. So it's very, very significant in when you're going to have body work done or you have pain, that the person pay attention to your medical history, any past activity, any injury that you may have had, your job, what are you doing for a living, what are you doing with your body every day. Now, where I live, we have a high population of retirees, but we have very active retirees. They may be golfing, they may be boating, things like that. So the activities that you do with your body, whether it's on your job or recreation, can change the body and cause your body to conform or to change, to become longer, shorter, drooping, whatever. So the next thing that you want to pay attention to is not only what you do for a living and how the body has changing is changing. But just sitting, things that you do, like for instance, we women, we tend to sit and cross our legs one over the other. And well, fortunately for me, I can't do that. My legs are too short. But for people who are able to, we are taught if we cross our legs, it's decent. But guess what? What it does, because it's imbalance, asymmetrical, it literally causes the hip on one side to do something different to the next side. And sometimes that's one of the reasons we could have one side longer, one side shorter. Men tend to put their billfold in their back pocket and sit on it, and that can cause uh, but their body to actually change also. Think about it for a minute. If you put that billfold, whether it's quarter of an inch thick or half an inch thick, into your shoes, can you walk comfortably? Into one side shoe, can you walk comfortably? Probably not. And that's exactly what it does when you put it in the back pocket. So when a guy comes in with sciatic pain or comes in with pain in his back, that's one of the things we talk about with respect to how to change his habits to help his body. And the last thing is for women, we sling our pocketbook on our shoulders, and in order to keep the strap from falling off, we tend to hold our shoulder up. And of course, our bodies are soft, so whatever we do for long periods of time, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, the body will conform to it. I worked with golfers for a number of years, and that was one of the things that I noticed with the golfers. If they had pain, if they were right-handed golfer, they would have left knee, left shoulder, and right hip. If they were right-handed, I'm sorry, if they were left-handed, they would have the opposite. And basically understanding that what they do with their body, even if the club is customized, it would literally cause them to have pain because their body is asymmetrical. And if you're hitting an 88, that means that 88 strikes that you're counting to hit the ball. Some people, it's 100 and some. The handicap is 100 and some. That's how many times you're hitting that ball, whether you get it in or you don't get it in. So knowing the handicap is important, but I'll tell you this, I've had golfers who have come back to me after their session and said, "Hey, you improved my golf game." Well, I don't play golf. I know nothing about golf except that, in fact, I think it's boring. I followed golf one time, and it's like you hit the ball and you run after it and you pick it up and you hit it again, and I think that's boring, but some people have a passion for it. So knowing what you do with your body is very, very important. Knowing how to correct that is important. So what do you do? If you're doing something over and over again, you want to actually first, if you're at a desk, you want to have that desk ergonomically correct for you. And there's simple little things that you could do to change that. And if your body is out of alignment, a lot of people would go to the chiropractor, and chiropractors actually work on the bones, which is fine. But guess what? Muscle moves bones. So if the bones are out of place and the chiropractor puts it back in place, if the muscles are tight, the bones will be pulled back out of place. And I think that's one of the reasons the chiropractors actually ask you to come back over and over and over again, 3 times a week, then 2 times a week, and then 1 time a week. And I have found with my session, because of how the thoroughness of the session, I can have a person get 2 sessions with me, then go to the chiropractor and actually get a fantastic adjustment. Even the chiropractor would tell them they adjusted better than they had ever before. And I've had a chiropractor who checked his clients as well as the clients that I sent him, and he said that my clients were actually getting better faster than his client. So there's a strategy behind it. And I totally endorse chiropractic because I'm not licensed to do chiropractic where I move the bones, but I'm licensed to work on the soft tissue, the muscles. So therefore, if I work on the muscles, release the joints, release the muscles, I could actually send you to the chiropractor and you get a better adjustment. You save money that way, and you get a better treatment that way, and it lasts longer. So today we talked a little bit about self-care. We talked a little bit about your health and some of the things that may occur with your health with respect to pain. And there are solutions that you can use to help yourself. If you would like to get more information, you would like to contact me, you can do so through Society Bites Radio, or you can email me at toddy, TODDY, Jadoo, JADOO, at gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. We would love to hear your opinion. We would love to hear your thoughts. And if there's anything that you want us to cover that we haven't covered already, we would love to hear what your ideas are. We welcome your ideas. So again, I'm also on Facebook at Toddy Jadoo, Facebook, facebook.com/Toddy Jadoo, or Jadoo Lifestyle, JADULIFESTYLE. My personal name is JADOO. So there's a difference in the spelling, even though the pronunciation is the same. So thank you again for joining us. This is our 25th episode, and we're so excited. We are looking forward to what is going to happen in the future, and also our guests. We have guests on different topics, and you're welcome to download our episodes and share it. We're going to be posting it on Facebook so that you will be able to listen to it on Facebook as well as to share it. So thank you again for joining us for another episode, and we look forward to seeing you again, for you joining us again in the next episode. Our next episode would be part 2 of self-care, and so we ask you to join us for that.